Hello! So we just got back from getting our groceries. So I just thought I would show you what we bought in the grocery store and also give you a bit of an update on the meal planning situation as well. I guess I will just take you down on the floor, if that is okay. Just really keeping things casual here since we don't have good lighting anyway, so I don't really have any other choice. I guess it would be more attractive without this curtain. Yeah, so much better. Okay, I will get the stuff. So that is what it looks like when we are getting our groceries. Wow, I miss online grocery shopping because with online grocery shopping it is so much easier to meal plan. You don't have to get into the stores and potentially pick up some items that you didn't really want to or didn't really plan to. So the whole thing is just so much easier. We have 2 backpacks and 1 little bag. There's probably some school stuff in there too, maybe laptop or stuff like that. Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you about what the situation is with our budget, because I'm just pulling these out because I want to talk about these groceries in a more orderly way so that you can understand why we bought these particular things. I guess I should mention that in one of the previous videos I have made a food minimalism and budget update. In that update I explained that last week we have gone over our budget by a really small amount, so it was not a big deal. But still, it is the principle of the thing, and we really wanted to make it even, because I personally think that if you set a budget for yourself, it is really important to keep yourself to those principles, because if you don't keep yourself to those, it is very easy to just start slipping in that whole situation. So that is why it is Wednesday and it is the first time that we are shopping on this week. So we have not spent any money yet this week. And partly because we wanted to make things simple this week, and partly because it is easier to not buy a lot of stuff if you have simpler meals. That is why we opted for 2, I guess you could call them pretty simple meals for this week, but they will be still tasty and healthy. That is the way, by the way, that we meal plan, but I want to make another video on it, that we decide what kind of meals we want to have in a week, and based on that we write a list, and those are the things that we buy usually. But ever since we came to Paris, we kind of been meal planning from meal to meal. Usually we only buy the groceries for 1 or 2 meals because we don't really have much space to store enough items for more than 2 meals. So that is why we have decided to pick 2 meals. This week's meals will be a pumpkin pasta, which by the way we love. I have discovered this great recipe that I will link below because I think it is great. So I have discovered this recipe last year around this time of the year when it was fall and it was, you know, Halloween and stuff like that. It is pretty cozy to make something with pumpkins. In my opinion, I always like seasonal stuff, so that is why we bought a little bit of pumpkin. I really appreciate it, by the way, that we were able to get this small slice of pumpkin and we didn't have to buy an entire pumpkin because we don't really have a place to put it. By the way, we don't have an oven. I don't know if you knew that. That is the reason why we are always making stuff that can be cooked on the stove. So this is great. Pumpkin pasta, pumpkin. This is macaroni pasta, these small macaronis like that. Oh yeah, we also bought some cheese with that. And the second meal that we are gonna make is some lentils, these green lentils. So if I remember correctly, these are called pui or pui lentils. I might be saying that totally wrong. The way we usually make lentils is starting with onions and lentils, and we put some Indian spices, some curry and stuff like that in there. So that makes it really tasty, and I think Indian spices are really healthy. Good thing to eat some Indian sometimes. And we also bought some basmati rice with that. And to this meal we also like to add sometimes some tomatoes. But the truth is that we first want to make the pasta, and then after that I think I will want to buy some vegetables for this additionally, not just the tomatoes. I think these were the two meals that we bought stuff for, and apart from that we bought some bananas. Bananas became kind of a staple since we don't have an oven. When we are tired and we get home, it is so much easier to make a dessert with a banana. Banana with cocoa powder is really great, it's really tasty, but it is so much easier than trying to come up with a sugar-free dessert. So I must admit, I got a bit lazy on that front. I am not really creative these days with sugar-free recipes, but well, the time will come when I will be back on track. So, what did we buy? Oh, we also bought some tissues because we needed those, and we bought one milk, some egg. These are just main things that we needed. And we also needed some soap. I found it really difficult to find a natural soap in Paris. It is kind of ridiculous because you would think that in Paris they would have a big selection of natural soaps. I even checked out organic food stores because usually organic food stores have natural cleaning supplies, which they do have natural cleaning supplies and also natural skincare products. But unfortunately, everything seems to have either perfume or colorants in it. So this one actually still has colorants, but at least it doesn't have perfume in it. And I think the base of this soap is natural, so at least that's good. The ironic thing is that I found this soap in the grocery store. So I guess it is the simplest soap that they had. The last thing that we bought in the grocery store is natural dishwashing liquid. Natural, I mean it doesn't have any perfume or colorant in it, and it is really good for your hands. It doesn't damage your hands. I also have a video where I explain all about the cleaning products that we are using. Oh, and I am totally impressed that the normal grocery store had these natural dishwashing liquids, and they even had a selection. They had two kinds of this. That is all that we bought today. It was fascinating, right? Well, now you know what we are gonna eat this week and what kind of things we bought for that. And we are also gonna make up for going over the budget last week, because if you start having exceptions, it is always easier to have another exception and another one, and you are slowly going away from that habit. So actually it was a long day and I am now pretty hungry, and we still have to cook that pumpkin pasta, which I think is gonna be really great, and I will link the recipe down below. And by the way, this pumpkin pasta will also have some rosemary and some yummy herbs in it, so we are keeping things healthy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if you like watching grocery haul videos. I personally like watching them, so that is why I thought of making one. And otherwise, thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow, and make sure to have a very nice day.